Welcome back to Mark Thomas Custom Wood. Now, as you can see, we got to make a little electrical box to go around here. Now, for those of you who do these, know it's a right pain. So what I'm planning to do here is put a bit of timber around the perimeter. I can't go up the left-hand side, but there, as you can see, because we got a switch of some sort in the way, but I can go up the right. But what you can't see is there's two pipes running up through this wall as well, and one of them's right next to that cable you see down below. So I'm just taking some measurements, taking a video. I know I can't fit no timber up the top because the cables could be coming into the board through there. So I'm just trying to be careful. So I don't have any problems on this job, and I got every single measurement I need to go back to the workshop to make this little cupboard. So stay tuned, and here goes for the video. When I do make these little cupboards, I like to use one whole piece of MDF. And what I'll do with this MDF is I will mark in whatever width I'd like my rail and style to be. So basically, we are making a fake frame. So I will measure in 50mm, 75mm, depending on how much space I've got for this cabinet. So I'll mark the perimeter. I will get my straight edge. I will mark all the lines onto the MDF. And once I've done that, I will then go ahead with the plunge saw and I will cut that out. And the piece I have left in the middle of that then, that's what I'm going to use to make my door, because the door needs to be 4mm smaller for it to actually work in the opening. So you can see me marking up now with a guide rail. I will go ahead then and I will plunge saw these cuts. And what I'll do then is I will use the plunge saw and just set it 2mm deep, and I will create a frame that looks like it's been made in 4 pieces when really it is just one full sheet, and that is it. So we will speed this up now, so you can see me drawing the lines in high speed, and I'm drawing where the lines need to shoot through. Now where you see the lines shooting through, that'll be cut 2mm deep, and the rest will be cut right the way through the 18mm sheet. So I'm going ahead now, setting up the plunge saw. As you can see, we're just getting it ready, and I am plunging right into the material, as you can see. And where we shoot over slightly, we will create the look of the rails and stiles were just 2mm deep. So I'm just going ahead now, cleaning up with the multi-tool. I've run off to the van because I need a brand new blade, so I'll edit that bit out and then we'll carry on with the video. I finally found myself a blade after stripping off of my van, and now I'm back. I should be there. I am coming. Bear with me. Here I come. I should be coming into the video now. 1, 2, 3. Here we are. We are back. Right. So we're just going to use the multi-tool. You can use a jigsaw. It's entirely up to you. But I like to use a multi-tool for this bit. I just clean all the edges up, and then I will line the guide rail up on those lines that we left on there. I'm fumbling about with all different saws here. It's not going to plan right now, but I do eventually cut it all out. So stress over. We got ourselves a frame, and as you can see now, I am just cleaning this piece of MDF up, the piece that we had from the center. Now this piece, I'm going to make sure I got a 2mm gap all around the perimeter. You can see me using a spacer, but there. I've just got the sander out now and cleaning up the edges of the door. Now I'm about to cut the 2mm little cut, as you can see, which makes it look like a frame that's made in 4 pieces, when really it is just one whole piece of MDF. So we're going to crack on with the door now, everyone. I'm just going to decide where I'm going to put my lines. We're going to get the router set with a V-groove bit, as you've seen on previous videos I've done. And I'm just marking the door up, working out so everything looks nice and symmetrical. And then we can go ahead and get the router and get it routed up. I decided to use the guide rail as a straight edge for this, because it's great for doing things like this. And now I'm going ahead using the V-groove bit, which is set to a certain depth. Doesn't matter how deep you do them, you can use a test piece for this to see what looks best for you. But I've decided to go about 3mm maybe, could be 4, not 100% on that. And now we're just using the chamfered bit on the router and use the end result of the frame. So this is the frame now for the actual cupboard. This is going to be our frontal. This is the frontal frame for the MDF cabinet. Now we're going to go ahead with this, and this is all going to be quick release. So you should see me now measuring up, ready for the hinges of the door. I'm going ahead, cutting them, try not to make a mess. I'm going to get the hinges installed on the door. I've had 2 coats of undercoat MDF primer, but I haven't filmed that bit of the video, so you can't really see that. But I'm just going ahead and just getting all this ready, getting the door on there, and then this whole frame is going to be all in one section. The door does quick release as well, which is a bonus, but if the customer decides they want to take this front panel off, this whole panel can come off, and I'll just make an L-shaped piece of MDF, which you can see by here, and that is what's going to get fitted to the timbers I showed you at the start of the video. And then the MDF frontal with the doors you can see right now, that is going to all be quick release with the button fix type 2. Now these are great. I don't know if you've used these. These fixings are absolutely awesome. And when they're installed, they are solid. So I'm just taking a little video by here to show you what they are. They clip together. They're absolutely great, and they're solid when they're installed. So I like to clip them together. There is a little piece that comes with them that will show you where the markings go. But I've just decided on this now. I'm just going to clip them together, screw them in. And when the electrician comes to do any work on that electrical board, this whole front panel can pull off. So he has full access to his RCD board. Now, Sparkies have commented to me in the past how much they love my cupboards and how easy it is for them to work. So I'm not constricting them in any way, carrying on with their job. So they will be happy with this. Customer is happy with it. Here's a better view of them. These are type 2 button fix. They're absolutely great. One piece clips into the other. They're only 3 screws to install. They don't take long. It's always better if you've got somebody helping you with a job like this. Mine, it can be a right pain when you're by yourself. So I'm just lining my side of my MDF now to my frontal panel to make sure it sits nice and flush. A little bit awkward by yourself, but these button fix type 2 do have a little adjustment. As you can see, you've got the elongated slot in there that you can put your screw in. So you can move them in and out left and right, which is a bonus. So I'm just popping these 2 screws in here and just showing you the back view of the cabinet. You can paint all this if you wish. I don't for a job. I just do the front, out of sight, out of mind, as the saying. But if a customer wants to pay a little bit extra, obviously I will paint it all up. So here we have it. We did make a little cornice of a chamfered top. I did paint it in a lovely putty colour paint. It's like a cashmere colour. And the customer went with a gold little knob on there to match the rest of the little cloakroom.